Okay, let me try again. So, I spent the day as my first challenge when I decided enough was enough, going around for a few hours just trying to ask old people for the time. But it was too hard, and here's the thing. I couldn't do it. I couldn't ask any old people for time because I was so inside my head and so fearful and so traumatized and damaged and addicted to negative tension. This was too much of a challenge for me to ask old people for the time. What the fuck? And so, I got back on the bus and cried. Because I was a failure. I cried and I cried and I cried and I cried. Because I couldn't ask old people the time. Wow. 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 So, I was still reading the book The Game, and I had clearly social anxiety, a big one, but eventually over the coming weeks, again, through action, and enough is enough, and taking action, I got to the point where I could ask old people for the time, and ask old people for directions, just to get myself into a social state. I could do that, it was possible, and I got used to it. But then the next challenge became, a few months after that, I think, might getting the timings wrong. I'll just tell you another funny story. Linked in with the fact I wanted to talk to beautiful girls. So far away from dating at this point, but I just wanted to improve my social skills. So I went for the hardest, which is beautiful girls. And this would have been at night time, doing a cold approaching at night time. I went to a boot camp, and a pickup boot camp, and again, the challenge was to talk to girls in the club at night time when I was starting out with all this journey. When I said enough's enough, and actually all that stuff, cold approaching beautiful girls, has led to a journey that I'm now on, doing what I do now, which is amazing. Holistic health and high vibration, spirituality, we are all one, working for the light, healing myself from trauma, damage that I've done. So anyway, went to the club, and we went to the club, and with the pickup artists and other people that were doing the boot camp, I was supposed to approach girls in the club. And guess what? Again, I couldn't do it. I was too scared. So what did I do? I was too scared to approach girls in the club, even with the support of pickup artists that were experts at it and my fellow colleagues. So, because I couldn't do it, I ended up at one point sitting down. I remember this in my head. Sitting down and crying. I cried and I cried and I cried in the club because I couldn't say hello to girls. And because it was such a big deal to me, I cried, I cried, I cried, and I cried. I say that because that's fucking pathetic. I was so demasculated, I was so inside my head, and I was so socially anxious that I couldn't talk to girls, or anyone, or say hello, or have a normal conversation, or say I like you, or whatever, or even just, not even direct, I couldn't say anything. It's pathetic, just like the daytime, when again, I couldn't even ask an old person for the time, to try and get myself outside of my head and to be more socially free. That's how bad, those two are highlight memories of how bad my social anxiety was, and actually how far my social skills have come since then. It's crazy. It was the awakening for me, approaching girls that I don't know, beautiful girls, cold approaching. It's a beautiful mastery. I won't ever have anyone mock it or think it's all about sex, because they don't get it. It's actually about healing, transformation. Through practicing that a lot, doing many approaches over my life, I really transformed my brain from fear, negativity, hatred of women. I just transformed my brain, into a very healing space over time. It was really empowering. Taking action was the most empowering thing I ever did. And it comes back to what I said at the beginning. Enough's enough. I had enough. You've got to have enough. Be frustrated. Another thing that frustrated me quickly is I had enough of doing normal jobs and being shit at them. I was always shit at normal jobs. I couldn't do them. If I was in a normal... Well, thanks Jefferson, bro. Appreciate that. Regarding normal jobs, I felt incompetent in normal jobs to even check out jobs, and I was always criticised for being too slow, too inside my head. I would subconsciously sabotage myself in jobs and not do them at the speed other people are capable of because of destiny, but because I was attracted to negative attention. And my brain was fucked. But that's good, because I got to a stage with normal jobs where I said, do you know what? Which maybe some of you are at, maybe some of you do normal jobs and you'll get there eventually. But you've got to get to a stage with normal jobs, too, slave jobs, we call them, doing something you don't love, working for the common man. You've got to get to a stage when you say, enough's enough. I'm not going to do it anymore. That's exactly what happened to me, summer 2018. Enough's enough. My last ever job, working in Asda, cleaning a car park from 6 to 10, Monday to Friday. So part-time. Cleaning a car park with a fat lady being my boss. And towards the end, I only did it for 2 months. And the reason why I left is because towards the end, she was telling me I was too slow, I had to work harder, and then she threatened me with replacing me with somebody else. But she wasn't going to do it, I knew that. She was only threatening me to make me work harder. She was saying, I'll get someone else to replace you. And I thought, oh, fuck you, you cheeky bitch. Fuck you. If you're going to be cheeky and pretend to that you're going to replace me to make me work harder, I'm going to teach you a lesson. So this is my last job. So you know what I did? She didn't see it coming. I handed in my notice. And I thought, there we go. Fat old miserable old lady, I'm teaching you a lesson. You're going to blackmail me, pretend you're going to get someone else to replace me, be evil like that? I'm actually going to hand in my notice. And I remember her reaction. She was surprised. I gave her just the lesson she needed. And that was the last job I ever did. That was in the summer 2018. Whilst I was at that job, I got the idea to write the Age Urine book, which came in January 2019, 4 or 5 months after. And then, since January 19, 8 books, soon to be 9, next few weeks. And affiliation with amazing supplements. So lucky. Connections with so many amazing people online. But now, in real life, now I've got opportunities all over the place. Abundance of friends. I've had my first relationships with beautiful people. I'm so lucky. And it all started because I said enough's enough. Enough's enough from being socially weird, so I went full out into being social with people. Enough's enough with playing small and working for the common man, doing jobs I don't love. So I thought, fuck that, handed my notice, and then that gave me the motivation to seek out incomes in other areas, and now I do okay for income. Enough's enough with my depression, so I work on my physical health. Enough's enough with my trauma, so I'll do all the psychedelics under the sun, in large doses until I heal myself. I will look at myself and be self-aware, truly. I will not deny my truth, even if it hurts my ego and someone tells me something about myself that's hard to hear because I'm damaged. I will still acknowledge that, look at it, because then I can change it. Enough's enough from lying to ourselves. Enough's enough. Don't fucking lie. Just be real, yeah? And you'll change. That's what I did. I'm fucking proud. But it's been a long fucking journey, and, yeah. Enough is enough. You know. And then you change. And then you become happy. And true. And honest and real. Innit? Enough's enough from the fucking stupid shit that's going on in the world. Right. Yeah. Alright, peace.